not able to absorb the fat. They absorb nothing, zero. And if you absorb zero balanced oils, you cannot be balanced. So we will look further into it. We have no solution for this now. So there will be a group that will not be able to help presently. Then we are working with documenting the balance product when it comes to the membrane fluidity and silent inflammation. So I will describe this in a little more detail for you. When it comes to fluidity, it is linked to the diet. When you eat, the fat you eat, that is brought from the liver by the cholesterol in the bloodstream to the cells, and it's delivered to your cells. And a lot of this fat is built or stored in the cell membranes surrounding your cell. So think about an eggshell, that will be the area to store the fatty acids. So when you eat a lot of saturated fatty acids and also monounsaturated acids, the shape of these fatty acids are almost like straight lines. That means that when they are built into the membrane will be very stiff. It will be very, like it's indicated here, it will not be so easy to transport these into the cell and offals out of the cell. So the cell is not in a very good position. Not able to eat, not able to shit, so I don't know. So it's obviously not a good position. So the thing to do then, and that is why so many advices is to increase the intake of polyunsaturated fatty acids. Omega-3s and omega-6 are the polyunsaturated fatty acids, and they have different shapes. They almost have U shapes or many bends. And that means when they are built into the same membrane, the membrane will become more open, more flexible. And that means that things will pass easy in and easy out. And this is also with hormones and other things like insulin and serotonin. They pass easily in and out, and things will be much better. But as you all know, sometimes things happen in life, and let's say that you get injured at the football field, or you are attacked by allergen, or microbes like bacterial viruses and so on, or oxidative stress as you have in the blood vessels sometimes. What happens then is that omega-6 will come from being bound in the membrane of the cell. It will come in free form into the cell. And this omega-6 will start to produce pro-inflammatory compounds, which is important because that is the way we try to kill the allergens or take away the allergen or the microbes and change things to the better for the cell. So this is a natural system. So omega-6 is very important for the starting point of killing things that you are not supposed to have in your body. The beta-glucans that you get through the shake is actually helping omega-6 in this respect. It's building your immune system more efficiently to kill dividing bacteria or viruses and so on. So that is why that is important. And when omega-6 has done its work, the danger is over, everything is cleared, then omega-3 comes in and produces the protective components that is clearing the cell and bringing everything back to normal. So that is the sequence. So, and that is the sequence we want. But sometimes this sequence goes wrong. And I will give you just one example here. You are in a normal situation, you are attacked by an allergen or a microbe, and then arachidonic acid is moved from the membrane into the cells. It starts to produce this component that is supposed to help your body to get rid of these unwanted components. They produce prostaglandins and leukotrienes and so on. And you will also feel pain, because this is also the root to pain. So you normally feel the pain. And the beta-glucans, we call this acute inflammation. It is the starting point or it is the starting of our inflammatory system. And the beta-glucans will help in this situation to clear the body. The problem is, and this is about the balance, this is why balance is important. The problem is that if you have a high balance, an abnormal high omega-6, omega-3 fatty acid balance, this switch, this omega-6 switch will stay on. So you will continue to produce prostaglandins and leukotrienes for a longer period and longer needed of your body to get rid of this problem, and then you move into what we call the chronic state. And that is the root of all evil, if you ask most people. That is the root for inflammatory diseases. The silent inflammatory system which is working for a very long time. So this is a normal situation in the population. People walk around with that system. So they switch off. What they need to do is to balance. Then you will have enough omega-3, and omega-3 will start to produce the components, or lymphoproteins and others, which will start to clear up the mess that from the acute inflammation, and your body will return to normal. So, and that is the omega-3 role. So it's to do this in a good way, it needs to stay in balance. This is just an example of one woman, which is having this switch on all the time. She has hyperactive monocytes in the beginning. That is not a good situation. But hyperactive monocytes can be calmed down by being in balance, so you can turn into a much better situation. So we also work on one more issue which is important in this field. I will not go into great details, but there is systems in your brain that is involved, as I said earlier, in pain, sensation, in appetite, also in mood and memory. And this system is depending on the same arachidonic acid as we have talked about, the omega-6 so far, because this is the producer of some of the components of this system, which is not doing all the good work. We know that if we balance arachidonic acid, if we with omega-3s the same way as we normally do, we can influence parameters which is linked to mental health, like anger, anxiety, fatigue, depression, confusion, and energy. So if you think about how you are often asking people, how do you feel today? And you probably feel a little better if you are in balance. So this is also one of the issues that we're working with, and this is the issue that is focused on in Italy at the University of Milan. So just to sum up everything, you know that Zinzino has a target of having 1 million customers within 2020 or something, which I think Zinzino will make. Yes. Personally, I have a shorter-term goal, and that is to sell 1 million products this year. We did sell about 35,000 balanced products in 2012. It was 440,000 products sold last year. And presently, as we speak, the number is now 529,862 in 2014. So if you're working hard the rest of the year, you will get close to 1 million. I think so. Thank you.